All right, everybody, we're live. I think. Please let me know if you can hear me right, if you can see me right, because. Okay, so now I am seeing myself. I think there's like a 10 to 20-second delay. I know the picture quality isn't perfect. I'm sorry for the background on this side. But we are ready to go for the Infinity War live Q&A. We're here. So many people are here right now. Ryan O'Toole is here. Salavisa is here. Who else is here? Sammy is here. I can't wait for more people to join. Zach just retweeted me, and I think he's going to be here. I hope he's here. So now Salavisa has a new computer, so he's finally here. So I bet he will join us for any other ones we do in the future. But guys, it's Infinity War weekend. How many times have you seen the film? I saw it for the third time today. I'm still going to see it a few more times this week before I go back to Portugal for a week in the week after this one, and I go to the theater for a much cheaper price, and I watch Infinity War 600 more times. Katia Neto is also here. Thank you so much for joining. But I didn't put it in the title, but I must warn anyone who possibly somehow has not seen Infinity War, this live Q&A, this discussion will be all about spoilers. So you are warned before I start answering questions. Wow. So Ryan has seen it 2 times. You will end up seeing it 5 times. That's awesome. And Salavisa, I'm going to watch the second time tomorrow on Sunday, the third one. All right. Amazing. We are watching. We made Infinity War the biggest box office movie of all time, guys. We did it. We did it after 10 years. We made a Marvel Cinematic Universe film the biggest box office winner of all time. It's an amazing time to be alive. Wow. James Starbuck is also here. Sandra is here, and he watched it once, and he loved it, apparently. That's so awesome to know. Apparently, everyone who has been invested loved it, which is amazing. I bet there's nothing more satisfying than that, to be honest. But okay, Katia has watched it once, and she's going to watch it again on IMAX. I have seen it all 3 times in IMAX. The first time was at the London BFI, and I watched it in IMAX 3D. The other 2 times were in normal IMAX, and they were spectacular. I love this film more and more, and I always notice little nuances in characters and in moments and in directorial choices. They're just amazing. So Sam saw it again earlier today, so I'm guessing. And it is, to him, the best superhero film of all time. It's a great choice. It's not my personal favorite, but honestly, it's not far from being that. But, okay, João Magalhães saw it twice. Amazing experience. Got even better the second time around. Same here. Got even better the third time around for me. I can't wait for us. Where is Hawkeye, though? Nicolas Cage is here, guys. And he can't join because school sucks. That is very true, my friend. You can't join today. You will join us another time. I am sure of it. I am sure we will have another opportunity because you have been here before. I'm sure you'll be able to be here again. Don't worry. I'm just so happy that you have seen Infinity War as well because we talked about it and you loved it as well. That is fantastic. So now, anytime you want, guys, you can start sending in your questions. Maori Points says hi. James Starbucks says, bring back Hawkeye. Mariana Costa seen it twice. How have you seen it twice? You're going to watch it a 3rd time when I go back to Portugal. You're warned. This is going really well, by the way. Bring back Hawkeye, James Starbucks. Nicolas Cage says, thanks. No need to thank me, man. You're one of my best supporters. I enjoy every time I get a comment from you. So I can't wait for us to have a chance to talk Infinity War. But now, anytime you want, guys, share your thoughts, your theories, and anything. Just anything I might have forgotten in my spoiler-free or my spoiler review. Okay, so Ryan, what are your thoughts on the opening, Ren? The opening was basically, for me, was a statement to what type of film we were going to watch. Thanos has already killed everybody. And throughout the film, we see that happening constantly. We get to certain places, Thanos is already devastated. So that creates in our subconscious, I talked about this in my spoilers review, that Thanos just, it's a sure thing. The dude will kick ass, and he destroys the Hulk. He military presses his ass to the ground, and then the Hulk is afraid throughout the film. That establishes Thanos as a physical, imposing menace that looms as this big shadow cast upon our heroes throughout the film. I just love that beginning. And after he kills Loki, he simply says, "No more resurrections this time." And that is basically the Russo saying, yeah, Loki's dead for sure. A point that's even reinforced midway through the film when Thor is having his emotional moments with Rocket. So I love the beginning of the film. I thought it set the tone perfectly. I thought it established the character perfectly to what we would eventually see in the next 2 hours and 36 minutes, whatever. James says, hopefully he's still playing next time we meet. Most likely it'll be. Watched it in IMAX. I felt a red wedding at any moment. Fear all the time. That's very true, Ricardo. It was fear. That's the sensation I felt. That's the sensation I saw the characters feeling throughout this film. And I thought that was very well established. These characters were afraid all the freaking time. And James asks, who do you think is truly dead and who will come back? So I think anyone who died before the snap are truly dead. Maybe Gamora comes back. Maybe Vision comes back, but only to die again. I believe Vision is truly dead. I believe Heimdall is truly dead, unfortunately, because I love Idris Elba. I believe Loki is truly dead. And I do believe that we will see more people dying. I do believe that Tony Stark is still dying in the next film. So there's that. So Nicolas Cage says, never mind, just find out I don't have to go to work tomorrow. That's amazing, man. Wow, that's awesome. One more person stay here and talk Infinity War. Ryan O'Toole says, good question, James. What are your theories for what comes next? Asks Beatriz Silva. My theories are that we will have so many payoff moments, guys. Notice that in this film, we didn't get a true reunion of the OG Avengers. We didn't get to see Tony Stark and Captain America or anyone else. And the original Avengers are all left. So in the next film, not only will we get the OG Avengers, we will truly get everyone in the Marvel Cinematic Universe reunited. And I can't wait for that moment to see everyone lined up and hear Alan Silvestri's score behind them to the most epic moment in film history. That to me, that's still the one shot in the first Avengers. But Infinity Quest, as I am guessing the next movie will be called, that will be it. That will be the biggest moment of all time. For now, I think that's the only thing I can think of the top of my head that I theorize will happen next as a concrete moment. But I also see Captain Marvel uniting the original Avengers again and them going at Thanos, then bringing back all the other ones, and then we have this big, gigantic reunion. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just so happy about this film. This is okay, wait. Sanders says, this is Marvel. There's always resurrections. Well, they did mention there wouldn't be some this time, so there's that as well. Mariana Costa asks, I want to know more about the Hulk avoiding coming out. Can you tell us more about... Well, to me, it was the Hulk being afraid, which adds a lot of complexity to their relationship, to him and Banner's relationship, because Banner is not the most courageous guy. But the thing is, Banner has nowhere to hide. I mean, he does hide, in a sense, inside the Hulkbuster armor. But the Hulk has never been defeated before. The Hulk has never fought anyone remotely like Thanos before. He's never been embarrassed, let's say. And now he is, after being so long in control while he was in Sakaar as a champion of fights. He constantly fought, he constantly won. And now he comes out, he helps Thor, and suddenly this dude just beats his ass. And now he's embarrassed. He's afraid. And going back to Beatrice's question while answering yours as well, there's this moment that I envision in the fourth film where Captain America, of all people, gives a speech that basically brings the Hulk out. That's wishful thinking. But that's just a moment I would pay millions. I would pay money I don't have to see that moment. But yeah, to me, Hulk was afraid. And that relationship is really interesting. That you see Banner actively angry, in a state of anger, and the Hulk doesn't come out. So that's saying something about the character. Ryan O'Toole says, love Loki, but yeah, this was his time. Maybe he will have an appearance somehow in Avengers 4. I can see that. Again, I can see flashbacks. I can see the people before the snap coming back, but then eventually dying again, because we learned in this film that the Russos love making us suffer, and they love making us watch characters die twice. They made us watch a woman kill the man she loves, only for Thanos to revert back time and just pluck the stone out and crush his head in. Wow, that was heavy. João Magalhães, you think Ant-Man and the Wasp will give a hint for how... I don't think, João, I don't think they will give a hint, but I theorized in my spoilers review that Ant-Man and the Wasp, who is said to be... That film is said to be set before Infinity War. And my theory is that the film Ant-Man and the Wasp will end with either Scott or Hank Pym and Hope Pym fading into ashes, like many of the heroes, like half of the heroes we see at the end of Infinity War, which will just be devastating, because Ant-Man is a film that appears visually at first sight much more to kids than any other film if they have never seen another Marvel film. So imagine kids going into Ant-Man, yay, it's a super big, fun heist film, and then they die at the end. That will be hilarious to see. Favorite scene in the film? Oh, okay, there are... I don't know. There are so many great scenes. I mean... Okay, maybe the Thanos scene with Gamora, emotionally, that's the heaviest one. But there are two moments that every time I've seen this film, and I've seen it 3 times now, the audience has cheered and applauded, and that is when Captain America comes in to help Scarlet Witch and Vision. Just epic entrance, and that beard, that manly... You become more of a man just by seeing Captain America come in with that manly beard. And then another moment where the crowd just erupted was when Thor comes in Wakanda. That's amazing. And again, another example of Alan Silvestri's amazing score playing in the background. Just everybody, woo! Thor in Wakanda. Has anyone, honestly, has anyone ever imagined we will be living in a day and age where you could say, we saw Thor fight in Wakanda? We have that in a film now, in live action. What are your guys' favorite scenes? Because honestly, I can't pinpoint one out. And there are so many great ones, but I have to say, Thanos being the main character of this film and the most developed one, naturally, I would say the scene where he has to throw Gamora, and he does throw Gamora, to get the Soul Stone. That is probably my favorite scene. Sorry. Nicolas Cage asks... Oh, sorry, I lost the question. Okay. Over or under 20% Red Skull and Cap meeting Avengers 4? That depends. I saw a theory today. I can't remember where, but I saw a theory today that in the comics, and I remember this now because I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Because Red Skull is credited in the film as well as Stonekeeper. And in the comics as well, when you sacrifice someone to get the Soul Stone, the souls that are sacrificed go to live in a soul world, this astral plane kind of place. So Gamora could be living there in a disembodied manner. So maybe if they actively go to try and resurrect the Gamora instead of just being a spell or a reversion of time so Gamora can be back alive, if they go actively searching for Gamora in the soul world, if that exists in the film, doesn't matter if it exists in the comics, then maybe I could see Cap seeing Red Skull. So that would be interesting. Definitely would be interesting. But 20% is a good number. I'm going to say over. I'm going to give it a good chance over. Yeah, I'll put it at like 25%. Not much more than 20, but like 25. Ricardo says that Thanos will return us for... It was perfect. It was perfect. So much so that I even forgot to stay and look at that part on the second watch. But it was a great twist. It was a great twist of what we are used to see. And it's very telling to the fact that this is Thanos' movie. Will return. And in this film, we got Thanos will return. He is the protagonist of this film. That's very true. I'm dying for a Captain Iron. I think we're all dying to see that. I think we're all going to cry. I think we're all going to become babies again at that moment, because these two will not hug at that moment, but they will team up and just be on that mindset of, we are saving the universe needs us, we are the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. I'm sorry. That will be amazing, Ryan. Beatrice Salva, if you had to choose a stone to protect, what would it be? I don't want to protect the Soul Stone. But after watching this film, I don't want to protect the Soul Stone. I love so many people in this world. I love all you guys, so I don't want to protect the Soul Stone. Maybe the Time Stone, because I've always liked time travel. And Doctor Strange is my favorite origin film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love wizardry. I would love to be a Sorcerer Supreme or a Master of the Mystic Arts. So I'll probably go Time Stone. What would you guys choose? Because we haven't seen such great use from a character besides Thanos of any of the other stones besides Doctor Strange using the Time Stone. So I would really like to use the Time Stone, but what would you guys choose? Let me know, because I might forget some detail about some of the stones. The only new adventurer, if you want to call him that was left is War Machine, as technically didn't join the team until Age of Ultron. That's very true, James, but he has been War Machine ever since before the Avengers were even united for the first time, or assembled. But he has been, even though not the same actor, he has been here ever since the first film. But that's very interesting, because Rocket felt like a very weird choice to be the only Guardian of the Galaxy left as well. So, I don't know, maybe it was just what Thanos references in the film, that it's an act of killing half of the universe at random. So it's fair for everybody. But I don't know. I might be wrong, you might be wrong, you might be right. We won't learn until a year from now. Samuel One World Reviews says, I haven't stopped humming the Avengers score ever since Infinity War yesterday. You are not alone, my friend. And let me show you something. Here I have the extended edition of the soundtrack. It has 30 tracks. And I have been listening to it all day, basically. I have just memorized what tracks I like more, and that Porch track is heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Nicolas Cage says, sorry it's not Infinity War related, just gotta ask, did you see the new Becoming Solo featurette today? It was absolutely fantastic. Alden looks amazing. I have not, because I was very busy today, because I went to see Infinity War, then I had to get back home, and I had to go to the gym, and then I had to shoot a review that I'm sending to someone that you guys won't see on my channel, but you see what it is in due time. Me and a certain person in this chat room right now will announce it in due time. So, and then I had to make dinner, and then I had to make my protein shake and whatever, and I just didn't see it. I never watch featurettes, but I also never watched the 2 trailers that come out for a film. I did watch the 2 trailers from Solo, and I don't regret it. So maybe I will watch that featurette after this Q&A. Thank you for bringing that up. Don't worry if it's not Infinity War related. I do want to keep this Q&A Infinity War related, but if you have one or another question that isn't, and it's a quick one, don't worry. Don't be sorry. No need to apologize. Okay. Ryan Toole says, the Thanos and Hulk fight was so incredible and unexpected. It was, and I liked it because it's physical. It's not super powered. Of course, Hulk doesn't have superpowers. He is the superpower. But you just have this mono-on-mono fight sequence, and Thanos is just a tactical master. He punches Hulk in his weakest points, in the organs. He punches Hulk right here on the shoulder, and the Hulk is like, oh. and you see him raising the Hulk's fist, and you see the Hulk, oh, what the hell is going on? This guy is supposed to be as strong as me. That is just a great moment that is informed by characters. That is what I love in these films. Amari Points, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, asks, where was Valkyrie and Korg? Korg, I don't know. And if you guys saw my Thor Ragnarok review, I don't mind one bit that Korg is gone. Valkyrie, however, I wouldn't be surprised if Heimdall threw her on the Bifrost, on the Bifrost very sneakily, or if she was just blown out of the ship as soon as Thanos invaded, or if she just was fainted somewhere and then she just survived like Thor did when the ship exploded at the end. But I also wouldn't be surprised if as soon as Thanos attacked, since Valkyrie is the last of the Valkyries, if Thor just sent her away immediately so she would survive for sure. That is a very good question, a very good theory. Because I know they're not throwing Tessa Thompson away, that's for sure. But I thought she was confirmed for Avengers 3, and she wasn't. So now the question, since you asked that, the good question to ask is she confirmed for Avengers 4? Sandro says, I don't buy the Hulk being afraid. Hulk smash, and the most he gets beaten, the hungry he gets. So that didn't work for me. Well, the Hulk is a real character. He's a real being, not human being. But if you want realistic characters, if you want three-dimensional characters, you have got to give them layers. So it's only natural that the Hulk is afraid. It only creates more complexity for him and makes him even a better character. He has always been my favorite character in the comics, and this even enhances that point more. Ryan O'Toole says, loved seeing the Red Skull. Me too, man. I always knew he was coming back because the original plan was for Red Skull to be the villain, ultimately, in Avengers Infinity War alongside Thanos. In fact, he was supposed to be the villain in the original Avengers if Hugo Weaving had agreed to stay on his contract, and Loki was not supposed to be the main villain. Question, didn't Scarlet Witch have a weird accent before, or is it just me? She did have a weird Sokovian accent in Age of Ultron. She then lost the accent from then on. I believe she only used it in Age of Ultron. She didn't use it in Civil War. Also, favorite fight scene. That's tough. I will say the fight on Titan with Doctor Strange, the Guardians, Spider-Man, and Iron Man, but especially the moments where it was just Doctor Strange one-on-one with Thanos. But Wakanda also, from the moment that Thor comes in, that was also pretty spectacular. There are so many great fight scenes in this film, though. There isn't one bad one. There are quick ones, but there isn't one bad one, I think. James Starbucks says, "Ha, man, Red Skull was awesome. Just dropped my jaw at that moment." Same, James. Beatrice says, my favorite scene is when Thanos gets all the stones because it's a moment where you know it's fucked up. That's true. That's true. You see all his veins all shiny and he's just, I have the power. It felt like an email moment to me in a good way, not trashing that moment at all. But that moment where he gets all the stones, but even before that, when he comes into Wakanda, all that scene is in slow motion. You just have Thanos walking in, the Hulkbuster goes at him, he just throws him, and we have to suffer through this moment, seeing all our heroes defeated so slowly, just so slowly. And the moment that really hit me on the third time, or when he punches Captain America out. We have never seen Cap going down and staying down. That moment just, wow. That only enhances Thanos' character more. But yeah, you are very right, Beatrice. Nicholas Cage, show us your face when you first saw. Yeah, that was my face. That was my face, Nicholas Cage. When Thanos snaps his finger, I was like, shit! We all knew that moment that everything was fucked up. Nicholas Cage, over under 60%. Oh, sorry. My theory is that everyone who died after Thanos snapped his finger are actually trapped inside the Soul Stone. That's a very good theory. That's very good. Question is, how would they get them out? Or rather, how will they find out or realize that the people who faded into ash are inside the Soul Stone? Maybe it's Captain Marvel. She understands the stones, for all we know. That's very good. My question is, though, how will they find that out? But very good. That's very interesting. And the Soul World from the comics that I mentioned could be inside the Soul Stone. However, if that is the case, the logic in these films doesn't really work for Gamora to be in the Soul World as well. But again, great theory, man. Wow, great theory. Nicolas Cage again says, over under 60%, we get another circle shot at the end of Avengers 4 with every Avenger, new and old. The ultimate. It is the ultimate nerdgasm. I will say this, though. I don't expect a circle shot. I expect more of a lineup. Maybe like a close-up shot getting panned out and becoming a wide shot of every fucking body. I don't expect a circle shot just because that circle will never end, if you know what I mean. but whatever shot they choose, it will be the ultimate nerdgasm, I bet. And another thing I can't wait to see in the fourth one is Peter Quill meeting Captain America. He will be the ultimate nerd. Katia Net says, Doctor Strange is by far the coolest looking powers, in my opinion. Same. I love that character. I love magic. And so seeing him fighting Thanos when he's creating those magic swords and he's just fighting Thanos hand to hand, I really love that visual. And seeing the world turning and the camera panning over and turning to the side and Doctor Strange multiplying and having those multiple arms. Doctor Strange can create amazing visuals with these powers, and we saw his film and how amazing the visuals were and creative on there. So you are very right, Katia. I agree with you 100%. Beatrice Silva says, yes, for me, the Time Stone or maybe reality, but definitely reality would be interesting. Seeing what Thanos does with the Reality Stone in this film, and how he says, reality can be everything I want it to be. And we all wish something was different than it is in reality. So there's that. That Reality Stone is also very good. Correa, Adam Warlock will show up at Avengers 4? Not sure. Not sure. They did tease Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians 2. So I bet he will come in Guardians 3 first. In Avengers 4, we are already going to have Captain Marvel, which is a new main character. Besides all the main characters we already have, besides the new main character we have in Thanos, I don't think he will. Not in Avengers 4. Maybe he does get teased for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That would be very... Because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes in 2020, right? I think so. I think he might get teased, but I don't think we will see him because I think they want to make Adam Warlock a really great character. They will try their best, and I don't think adding him to an already pretty full ensemble is a good choice. But who knows? I might be wrong. Ricardo Simões says, in the Doctor Strange movie, the Ancient One saw many futures, but till the very moment where she died. So you can see the future until the moment of your death. But Doctor Strange saw one victory. He did. He did, and that maybe goes in with the theory that Nicolas Cage said, that maybe the ones who died at the end fading into ash are inside the Soul Stone. Thoughts on the Iron Spider costume in action? I loved it. I loved it, and I thought I would have a problem with it because there are people who have problems with Spider-Man being Iron Man Jr. in these films. I didn't have a problem with it in Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought I might have a problem with it here because if Iron Man makes these suits for Spider-Man, why doesn't he make it for Black Widow? Why doesn't he make it for basically everyone else who doesn't have powers? The thing is, how they used it in this film, he took it out a last resort because Peter was going into space. He could not survive. It wasn't even because he was fighting an alien. The others are fighting an alien too in Thanos. So it wasn't even because of that. It was because Peter was going into space. He would not have survived if without that suit. If anything, that suit was not taken out necessarily to fight Thanos. It was taken out just to make sure the kid survived. So I really liked it. And I loved seeing it in action. And I loved the spider legs coming out. and I love Peter's reaction to them. It's just I really liked it. Ricardo says, so maybe they're not dead. What do you think? I think Nicolas Cage is onto something there. I think he's onto something there. He's not wrong in thinking that. Sorry, he's not wrong in thinking that they could be inside the Soul Stone. My only thing with that, if anything, who knows, is how will they find out? That is very interesting. And hell, if that is a question, that is a question for them to answer in the film. So there's that. Ryan O'Toole says, who was your favorite hero in this film? It's a toss-up between Thor and Doctor Strange for me. It's my favorite performance from Thor for sure. I'm one person who has always loved Thor since the beginning. He's one of my favorite characters from the very comics. Doctor Strange is my favorite origin film. And they were both main eventers, per se, in this film. My favorite hero in the film, I don't know. It's a toss-up between Thor and Doctor Strange for me as well. I don't know. Because Doctor Strange is great because he plays from the beginning this very veteran. He's the guy who knows more than the others. He's the guy who steps up to Thanos more than the others. In comparison to the rest of the heroes, he's the one who goes almost toe-to-toe with Thanos. And hell, so does Thor. Thor does have the biggest arc. But yeah, it's a toss-up between those two for me as well. And as far as performance, Chris Hemsworth, this is definitely his best performance. From that moment he has with Rocket alone, where you can really see the talent of an actor, because Chris Hemsworth is really laughing and smiling at the moment, but you can see the tears. And that is not easy for an actor. I've been working with actors throughout this past week, and I will be working with actors again this week. And crying is definitely not easy for actors. So yeah. Oh, we jumped. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. What do you think about Star-Lord shooting Thanos? Because they basically lost because of that. I mean, I understand his reaction, but he could have waited. Haha. Yeah, they lost because of him. But to me, that went completely according to who he is as a character. Because even when Ego says that he killed his mother, he has the exact same knee-jerk reaction to it. He just jumps into Ego's face and starts fighting. In fact, in Infinity War, he hangs on a little bit longer than that. He stays there and just hangs on to the last minute and just starts beating Thanos. I would have more of a problem. I would have more of a problem with that scene if the fact that Nebula didn't hold him back. Of a complaint there, and not with Star-Lord's reaction exactly. But I can totally see why people have a problem with that, because yes, they did lose because of that. Yes, it was stupid of his part, but it goes completely according to his character. Sorry. Oh, Nicolas Cage says, dude, you're great with this Q&A thing. Thank you so much, man. I would just be quiet and awkward. You're so natural in front of the camera. Very job. Wow. That is a huge compliment to me. That is a huge compliment to me, because John Campea is actually a guy I really like, and I admire his honesty. He's also honest in front of the camera. He's one of the best people here talking about on YouTube. So thank you so much. Like, wow, being compared to John Campea in this sense, very big compliment, man. I am lost for words at this moment. I am very humbled. Thank you so much, man. Katya Ned says, was I the only one squealing at the end of the post-credit scene? No, you are not. You are not. I was squealing so much that in my first 2 screenings, people on the side and behind me asked, what was that scene at the end? What was that symbol? Because I don't know, but you clearly knew, right? And yes, I didn't know it was Captain Marvel, and yes, I was squealing. I was like, yes! I agree, Mr. Cage. Thank you so much again. Rogue Kwan, I apologize if I'm butchering your name. Hi, I'm from Australia, a place I dream of visiting. No kidding. I dream of visiting Australia. I adore Australia. I want to go there so badly. Spider-Man's death was so emotional. Tom Holland's acting was gold. It was. That scene got me. We know Spider-Man isn't going to stay dead, But that scene, they emphasize so much how he is the kid in this film. How he's like so afraid in his inflection when he says, "Oh, I should have sat on the field trip on the bus." And then when he's crowned an Avenger, he's just, oh wow, he wants to geek out at the moment, but he's just, no, I'm going to stay strong. I'm an Avenger now. Haha. It's so great, that moment, and I love that moment of his death. You have a full circle from the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming when he thinks Tony Stark is going to give him a hug, and he's really not, but he wants that hug from Tony Stark. And at the end, Tony Stark does hug him, only to prevent him from falling, but still, there's a moment there. Okay. Omario says, I haven't seen it yet, guys. Mild spoilers, please. We are spoiling. We are talking freely, Omar. Please stay away. I don't mind you not watching this. It will be on the channel after it's over for you. But there will be spoilers here, so go away as fast as you can, please. And I'm sorry if we have spoiled anything for you so far. There will be spoilers here. I'm so sorry, but please do only come back and watch this after you've seen the film. The BC Film Reviews and More says, I loved Iron Man, whom I usually don't love. He's like Marvel's Green Lantern. Wow, that's the first person I hear say that. And, you know, it's the subjectivity of films and everything that is in films. Okay, I see we got a troll who is adding nothing to the conversation. Okay, it's not actually that. Ooh. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Spider-Man 2 comes out 2 months after Avengers 4, but Wonder Trails for Spider-Man 2 spoil Avengers 4. How do you think they're going to solve this? Delay Spidey to November, maybe? That's interesting. Maybe. Also, they could, Sony, much like, not in the case of Deadpool, but Deadpool is coming barely a month after Infinity War, but Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming not 2, but 3 months after Avengers Infinity War, because Avengers Infinity War was even moved up a week. But they could wait until, if Infinity Quest, as I'm calling it, comes out to start promoting Spider-Man 2, so Spider-Man 2 doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So they can wait until after Avengers 4 comes out before starting to promote very heavily Spider-Man 2. Because, of course, I can't say nobody will care about Spider-Man 2 before Avengers 4. Of course they will care. But they will care more about Avengers 4. That Thanos. I actually have a Thanos in my class here. I am not joking. I have a guy who is called Thanos in my class. Sandra says, after Thanos, Marvel will have a hard time to overcome such an amazing villain. What do you think? I think so. But if anything, they can still create great villains. They will just not be as good as Thanos. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. They never stopped. They weren't prevented from having the exceptional great villain, even though most of their villains are kind of just okay. So the fact that they now have the best comic book movie villain, in my opinion, with Thanos, doesn't prevent them from having great villains still. Maybe just not as good as Thanos. So there's that. Ryan O'Toole says, I was a little disappointed with Teenage Groot in this film. Didn't do much for me. He didn't do much, but I don't see... I wasn't disappointed, but I can't disagree with you. He didn't do much, but he did have his heroic moment. And the fact that he's a teenager, I think, speaks a lot to that. I wasn't disappointed, but I can't say, oh my God, I love that they did nothing with Teenage Groot in this film, you know? Nicolas Cage says, do you watch Red Letter Media? I have seen something from, but maybe their Star Wars Phantom Menace review. I think I've seen that. I know Chris Stuckman is a huge fan of them, but I have never watched anything besides the Phantom Menace review. Maybe I watched another one of the prequel reviews, or maybe some of the original reviews. But I've never been subscribed to them, never followed them really. The BC reviews and more says, besides Loki and maybe Winter Soldier, Thanos was the best hope they can make an even better villain. Maybe, maybe Winter Soldier and Loki are definitely on the top of Marvel villains. Da, 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 da. James Starbucks says, I personally think that when the Soul Stone is returned, as well as everyone else returning from Ash, and then Gamora's life will be restored. Yeah, Gamora, from the people who died before the snap, Gamora is definitely the one I can see coming back to stay. Though James Gunn did reference that in Volume 3, the lineup of the Guardians will change. He never said they would change at the end of the film. For all we know, he could have meant that the lineup will be changed from the beginning of Volume 3. So who knows? Gamora was my favorite Guardian, so would be kind of 50-50 for me. I wouldn't mind seeing her back because she's my favorite, but I would feel conflicted about, oh, we are just negating her death. As long as Vision, Loki, Heimdall don't come back, I don't think the one exception in Gamora will be a big problem. But that's me. Fights weren't as good as Winter Soldier, though. No, they weren't, but they were more epic. Of course, it's the nature of the film is more epic than Winter Soldier. It doesn't mean it's necessarily better as a film, but I didn't cheer as much as I didn't cheer as much. Sorry, I didn't cheer as much in Winter Soldier as I did here. But different styles of fight sequences. You are not going to shoot a very thriller-esque action sequence. You're not going to edit it the same. There will be very different types of shooting and very different types of edit. So there's that. It's a matter of which do you enjoy more, the big epic fight out or the personal stakes one. I would put some of the fights here over some of the fights in Winter Soldier. The high weight fight sequence is still on the top, maybe top 5 of Marvel fight sequences. But that's me. Again, that's me. Yeah, Winter Soldier is definitely up there when it comes to the fight sequences. But again, it's all depending on the type of fight you are having in a film and depending on the type of film you are having, you are going to shoot it different ways. You are going to edit it different ways. My brain keeps freezing. I'm so sorry, guys. Nicolas Cage was kind of disappointed by the Black Order. They barely did anything except for the guy without a nose. He was great. He was great. Ebony Maw was really creepy. I wasn't disappointed with the Black Order, though. I think they were great foils, and because Thanos was such a great villain, they were already like mini bosses. So I felt that they fulfilled their purposes very, very well, in my opinion. I wasn't disappointed. I can't say, oh my god, I love them. They're so well developed. I cannot say that. I won't say that. But I wasn't necessarily disappointed is not the word. I was okay with what they had to do and how they did it in this film. I loved everyone except for Cull Obsidian, the big guy who gets his arm chopped off in the beginning and then gets a metal arm. I was disappointed with that guy because you didn't understand a word he was saying. There weren't any subtitles for what he was saying. And yeah, he was the biggest dude of them all, and he did nothing. I really loved Proxima Midnight as well. Corvus Glaive, I was kind of disappointed with him, maybe because in the comics he is my favorite out of the members of the Black Order. So there's that. Sandra says Rocket the Rabbit was so cool. Loved it. He was amazing. Thor's relationship with Rocket was so funny. It was so funny. Sweet Rabbit. I loved every time he called him Sweet Rabbit. Chandler's video says, I will have vengeance. About what? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you saying vengeance on Thanos? Vengeance on Thanos? Because, you know, Thanos did not beat you in Rotten or Fresh. I did. So be more specific about that, Chandler. Ah, god damn it. I lost people again. Okay, we're here. Captain fucking America. I understand that. I understand why people are mad. I liked it because most of Cap's arcs in many of the films, besides the Captain America title films, most of his arcs are. I know I lost the image. I'm sorry. I know I lost the image there for a sec, but I know you still have sound. Most of Cap's arcs are indeed about the fact that he doesn't exactly have an arc, because throughout his life, all Cap has is the fight. But they're reserving him to have the big moments in Avengers 4. I wasn't disappointed. The Vision story in this film was so bad. Completely disagree. I love the Vision story. Just kidding, man, says Chandler. How's it going? It's going great, man. It's going great. I never had so many people in the Q&A before. Wow. I'm so happy that so many people are here talking about Infinity War. And I'm glad you're here too, Chandler. Vision should be so strong, but he got wrecked. He was caught off guard. He was caught from the back. He wasn't in his Vision body. He was in his human form. And from then, he was compromised. There was no going back. That's how well they planned the attack on Vision. Okay, why isn't this showing? Okay. Nicholas Cage says, fuck John Campion's stream. I'll have to watch it later. Your stream is more important. I really meant it. You are such a natural in front of the camera, such an underrated channel. Well, don't want to say fuck John Campion, because I've seen you on his chat as well before. I know you're a big fan. I'm a huge fan of him as well. And I know you don't mean it, of course. But thank you so much, man. The words you said previously and right now, again, such an underrated channel. I am so humbled at this moment. So humbled. Truly, thank you so much. Ricardo Simon says, with half of the universe dead, is Stan Lee still alive? Yeah, that's a good question. Do Watchers die? That's a good question. Because we have only seen Watchers once. At the same moment, we confirm that Stan Lee is a Watcher. Or at least a Watcher informant. So there's that. Did that bus driver die? And if he died, did the kids just go off the bridge in the bus and fell into the river? That would be amazing to see. It's interesting that we didn't see everyone in this film disappear or not disappear. Did Wong disappear? Did Shuri disappear? We saw the M'Baku stayed. We saw the Okoye stayed. Who else was in this film that we didn't see whether they disappeared or not? Because we know by the way, those aliens in Thanos' ship were torturing Gamora. Because they had masks and they had different outfits, but they were Chitauri. At least they looked like me. Did half of those Chitauri died? Because how will Thanos' ship operate efficiently if half of them died? Ryan O'Toole says, Peter Dinklage's character did nothing for me at all. He served his purpose. Okay, here's the thing. If they have promoted, like, Peter Dinklage is going to be in this film and he's going to be an awesome character and he's going to be so important, I would have been bothered by that for sure. But when I think about it, they announced Peter Dinklage was going to be in this film, and then they never promoted anything about Peter Dinklage. I enjoyed him. I thought it was really funny how he was a giant dwarf. That was really great. And I loved his verbal jabs with Thor. He's like, if you stand in front of the star, he will kill you. Only if I die. Yes, that's what killing you means. I really love that. I think this is the way they win, because Strange said out of the 14,605 scenarios, he only saw one where they won. And so death was for a reason. Yes, he sacrificed the stone because he knew Tony was the answer. Imagine if in an alternate universe, Avengers Infinity War has a scene, or no, not Avengers Infinity War. Imagine if in an alternate universe, before Doctor Strange's film comes out, we have a scene in like Age of Ultron where Tony gets a visit from a future Doctor Strange that says, Tony, "You are the key. Save them. Save everyone," and then disappears because Tony Stark was dreaming. I want to see which one of you guys knows what that was a reference to. Let me know in the comments below. Okay. Bruno Pia says, "Is Thanos better than Kilgrave?" Again, that depends on what level you enjoy villains and their villainy. But yes, he's better than Kilgrave. So for me, right now, villains in the MCU, including the Netflix shows, it would be Thanos, Kilgrave, Loki, God damn it, Killmonger. Yeah, 2 kills. 2 villains that start with kill. No, will Deadpool 2 be better than Infinity War? I don't know. I have not seen the film. Only watched the first trailer, and I have not seen trailer 2 or the final trailer. I have heard everything about Peter. I have heard everything about the reference to Thanos in that, and the reference to the DC Universe on that. But I have not seen the other trailers, nor do I want to, because I enjoy to watch. I enjoy watching my films with the least amount of information. Okay. Okay, we had a troll here, guys. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, where was I? Love the movie and the reactions to it. Was really scared that it would be another Last Jedi situation where you can't see a single positive comment about the Last Jedi and toxic troll attacking them. Well, we were having that right here, right now. I've taken care of it. I think I know who this person is, unfortunately. Might be wrong. Might be a totally different person. But yeah, I'm glad that people are enjoying it, just for the fact that people are happy and nobody is fighting anybody on the internet. That's just the most relaxing part about it, is the fact that nobody is calling names to anybody. Nobody is at war with each other. We are all just living in peace, whether we like the film or not. We are all just living in peace. Just happens that everyone is seemingly loving the film. So that's good. That's good because everyone is happy. Everyone is serene. The world, as far as the movie sphere is concerned, is at peace right now. Let's just rest. This movie feels like This movie feels more like an event or a celebration. Almost zero toxic comments. Trolls are attacking people because they didn't agree with them about the film. Yeah, that's very true, Nicolas Cage. Very, very, very true. And BC Film Reviews and More also agrees with you. I agree, it's an event, not a film. Yeah, it's a it will always be a film, a movie, but it's a very special kind of a movie. Joe Magalhaes says, Thor holding the door open and almost time from the star was, I was almost reading Star Wars, was great. Star Wars just great. Reminds me of stuff like the train scenes. That's true. I didn't think of it. That's very true. And I gotta say, in that scene, and even after that, when he already has the armor and is in Wakanda fight, I don't think Chris Hemsworth has ever been bigger. Even through the armor, you can just notice the definition on his biceps. It's insane. Wow, that dude is a man. He's a man. It's like a pirate at a baby with an angel. He's a god man, like Jack says. Sam says for sure an event, nothing will be the same again after this. Maybe Avengers 4 will. Who knows? Marvel has had events before. The first Avengers was an event as well. But BC Film, I'm glad that Heroes had no development. We've already gotten that development earlier. This is about Thanos. True, this is about Thanos. I do disagree with the... Okay, I won't say many heroes had development, but as you point out, they didn't need that development. They are already very well developed. I will say some of the heroes had development. Doctor Strange, Thor, Gamora for sure. Gamora and Peter Quill. and Tony Stark and Spider-Man. So Thor, Doctor Strange, Gamora, and Peter Quill, Tony Stark, and Spider. Yeah, six heroes at development. Yeah, there's that, and the Hulk and Bruce Banner as well. More the Hulk than Bruce Banner, but one can't be developed without the other. Do you hope that Vision in human form is better explained in the deleted scenes for the Blu-ray? Consider that we didn't get much of an explanation in the movie itself. I would like to see it. I would like to see it. However, I don't need one. I mean, if you have to explain how he gets to human form, you have to explain how he makes the stone disappear. You have to explain basically every concept that hasn't been explained about Vision's creation. That's if they went on to explain everything about Vision, and they even go a little bit more into it than they have in other movies, how he's a combination of the Mind Stone, the Mind Stone, Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, Jarvis, Ultron. He's a combination of all those, and he has trillions of synapses coming together to form his being. I won't say no to it. I would like to see it, but I don't need it, you know. But really good question, James. The BC film reviews and more. I thought Stan Lee would confront Thanos after the snap, not even Gamora. That would be a very different scene. That is for sure. Or like Stan Lee and a group of Watchers confronting Thanos. That would be really something. Stan Lee must be the one above all. I don't know. I don't know if they will actually want to make Stan Lee someone who could be in the future, in like, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe is still around, who knows? In like 20 years, oh, let's have the one above all as the villain or as the new all-knowing entity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know if they want to make him an actual character. I think they're just happy with him being a Watcher or a Watcher informant. They're not clear on that. But that would be a great extra, James. It will, and I'm sure this film would be packed with great extras. I can't wait to see like behind-the-scenes footage of them shooting the scenes with Thanos and seeing Josh Brolin, who is not very tall, by the way. There's already a picture on the internet with Josh Brolin at the beginning scene holding holding Thor and confronting Loki, and Josh Brolin is not very tall. And it's pretty funny to see him with a Thanos cardboard piece on top of his head talking to Loki. It's pretty funny. Nicolas Cage says, over or under 30% Shuri wears Black Panther suit in Avengers 4. I'm going to go under. I don't think she will in Avengers 4. I think she will wear her costume from Black Panther or a variation of her costume from Black Panther and her Panther gauntlets. I would still go under 30%. But like 10%, she could wear one in Black Panther 2. That's more of a possibility for me. The BC Film Reviews and more, and João Magalhães realized my reference back there about Doctor Strange going to warn Tony Stark. That was pretty great. Waiting for Captain Marvel, Sandro. I think we all are waiting for Captain Marvel. We still have Ant-Man and the Wasp before that. And then, wow, from July to March next year, we don't have Marvel films. Oh well, many other films coming this year, which I'm sure will be great. Many bad ones as well, because every year is like that. Sorry, my back's hurting a little bit. Nicolas Cage says, I'm not really that excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp. The first Man was just okay. Some creative action and CG. That was about it. Trail didn't do much for me either. I thought I really like the first Ant-Man. I don't love it. I don't think it's great. I think it's a good movie. Really fun. Perfectly serviceable. It has a great character. It has two great characters, actually, in Hank Pym and Scott Lang. I think this one can be better. I think this one has a lot of potential to be better than the first one with a team up. And I like they don't have necessarily a heist vibe to it. I mean, they do have a heist vibe to it, but it's not just a heist movie right now. It's going to be a very Bonnie and Clyde, if they were good people, vibe. Sanders says, Last Jedi was not good at all. Completely disagree. Rogue One rules. I agree with that. Sorry, another subject. Don't apologize. There's no need. We are all lovely friends that love Infinity War. Apparently we are. That's a great friend. And even if someone doesn't like Infinity War, it's okay. My problem whenever someone disagrees with the film online is that everybody has to bicker and moan to each other and call names and offend each other. And can we respect each other's opinions? Sandro doesn't like The Last Jedi. I'm still friends with him. I care to know his opinion, but I don't care if he doesn't like The Last Jedi as far as our friendship is concerned. We are still friends all the same, and I respect his opinion, and I'm sure he respects mine, even though I love The Last Jedi. The Drax joke, you know which one I mean, had me gasping for air. Yes, that joke had me gasping for air, not for hair, for air as well. The timing, the delivery on that scene, my God. You're eating a Zarnut. I've mastered the ability of standing still. I've become invisible. My movement is so slow. Hi, Drax. Damn it. That scene was amazing. I love that scene. Marcus Bethea says, hello, my fellow geeky random geekness. I'm only going to say that I got the chills when Steve Rogers is speeding through people. Yes, that scene was amazing. I'm glad someone else noticed that scene. It's insane, them speeding through all the people. You see Captain America coming midway through all the Wakandan tribes running, and he gets ahead with Black Panther. Chris Evans and Chadwick Boseman have their cardio on point. I am jealous of those dudes, as if I wasn't already before. Thor is the most development in the film. I agree, after Thanos, of course. Nicolas Cage says, I'm so glad I was able to avoid spoilers. Me too, man. Me too, especially after moving to England, when in Portugal I was already a member of the press. In England, it has proven to be quite a arduous task. I might have news in the future. I can't say any more than that because I don't want to jinx it. I might have news in the future, but I'll just keep it at that. The only thing I got spoiled was that Heimdall dies in the beginning. Okay, not really that big of a spoiler considering events following it, but fuck Forbes. True, fuck Forbes. I never read Forbes. I didn't suffer any spoilers. But yeah, I knew about the thing, and I saw John Campio's video, and I saw so many people talking about it. Yeah, fuck Forbes. But the dudes, whoever put that article up was really, really smart about it, because they put that article up before the embargo lifted. But the thing is, it wasn't a review, so they didn't break the embargo. They just had an article with all the spoilers about Infinity War, and as we know, there are a shit ton of spoilers. But the guy whoever uploaded the article was really smart about it, as he didn't make a review, so the embargo isn't broken. Do you think they will introduce the Living Court, the Living Tribunal in Avengers 4? I don't know. Again, we know. I so have no idea what they're going to do next. I so don't know where they're going, except for the fact that, of course, Captain America will come in and Thanos will also be involved, and we'll have. I have no, but I think they will keep it for Doctor Strange. Marvel has this pattern. Whenever they introduce something in a film, they like to keep it in that film before going into the crossover. So in the first Doctor Strange, they only mentioned the Living Tribunal, which is a very, very weird character. And we know Marvel can have weird characters because King Jack Kirby, amen. I think they will keep him for Doctor Strange 2. And after that, we'll see. Maybe in Avengers 5, if there is one. In Avengers 6, 7, who knows? In Fantastic Four 1, maybe. Nicolas Cage says, saying that he didn't like Rogue One, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. This is the best part of seeing so many people talking about films. Yes! BC film reviews and more has to go. See you. Thank you so much for joining us up until this point. I hope in another Q&A you can stay for longer until the end. Sorry. Kakatimon says, do you think trailer or teaser for Avengers 4 will be a spoiler after the Avengers? I don't think it will be a spoiler. It has been so long since I've seen more than the first trailer for a Marvel film. I watched the 2 Avengers Infinity War film trailers because I couldn't resist, and I had no idea about the actual story. So I was happy with it. I will say this. I had this conversation the other day. I won't watch the 2 trailers for Avengers 4 because, again, I so have no idea where they're going because I want to see something, of course, but I want to watch the bare minimum. So I'm going to watch the first trailer for Avengers 4. And after that, that's it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be called Infinity Quest, which is actually a pretty cool title. If it is that. Who knows? P.S. Marcus Petit says, P.S. My man Fatma he speaks in Portuguese. Your friends and friends would appreciate. I would love to do more of these. I have not done any of these in a while because if you guys have noticed, my image has failed every now and then for like a couple of seconds, not a lot of time. Or if it is, please let me know if it is failing a lot. But I haven't done any of these because my internet sometimes here, for some reason, it's pretty good. I can upload videos in like 2 minutes. I can download stuff very fast. But for some reason, every night, the internet fails for some reason. I don't know why. But I would love to make more of these. So maybe when Deadpool 2 comes out, I will watch Deadpool 2 pretty early on a Tuesday. I will then make a spoilers review for Friday. And then maybe on the Sunday, we can talk about Deadpool 2. Solo as well. And who knows along the summer how many big movies. I would love to make more of these. But thank you so much for suggesting this. I would love to make more of these and talk with all of you guys. How do you think Ronan will connect to Captain Marvel? Don't really know her origins that well. I think it's probably going to be just it could be just a brief cameo for all we know. But Ronan is a Kree, and Captain Marvel is like nosedive into Kree mythology. So for the very reason that you will see Brie Larson in her film in her 90s, and she will have the exactly same appearance in Avengers 4 because she won't get old because she has Kree DNA. We will probably see the Kree homeworld being destroyed as Ronan talks about in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. So maybe we will see that. I hope they really explore the Kree mythology because it is so damn interesting. And the Skrull mythology as well. We are going into Kree versus Skrull territory. And that is very Jack Kirby weirdness in comics. That is 60s to the core and 70s. That will be something really interesting. And I can't wait to see Jude Law in a superhero film. I think Jude Law is such an underrated actor. I can't wait to see him playing the original Captain Marvel. That would be really cool to see. So, Nora says, oh my God, I haven't talked to you in such a long time. Just arrived. Thank you so much for joining. Glad you're here. Let's talk Infinity War spoilers. Sandra says, all I told him to do this. I think that's what you meant. I think it's very good doing like. Thanks so. I have no idea what you guys see in me, but you clearly see something. I get emotional and very humbled with these comments. Seriously, guys, I do, and I wish I could just have time to stay here. And if I could actually be making a living out of YouTube, I would just do live Q&As every fucking weekend. Seriously, that's what I would do. I get it. This is so enjoyable. It has been like over an hour since we're talking, and I have no plans on going anywhere. And I haven't even played this. This has gotten to me this week. I still haven't played this. I am still going to edit a review after this, but I have no plans of going away. And tomorrow I am shooting from the morning. So there's that. And I have no plans of going away. So thank you so much. And Nicolas Cage says to Marcus Petit, oh, hell yeah, that was freaking awesome. Sorry. Okay. Do you think that Snora says, do you think that Mistress Death will have a role on the Marvel Avengers film? How interesting would it be to have a skeleton lady in the film? It works in the comics. Would it work in the film? It can work. I think it can work in the film. I don't know if you will see it for Thanos, for instance, because they've changed Thanos' motivations and made him much more of a complex character. Can we see her as the love interest of another villain? Sure. If they, okay, let's say this. If they bring Galactus, if the Fox and Marvel, if the Fox and Disney deal gets done, will we see Galactus eventually in the film? He could have an interest in Mistress Death. It would be interesting. Whether she is a skeleton lady or not, that's up for debate. I don't think she needs to be a skeleton lady. If she's called Mistress Death, she could just be a cloak like the Red Skull was before revealing his face. What about Red Skull as the Mistress Death of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That would be something. But yeah, it can work in the film. Anything can work potentially if you do it the right way. To me, at least. I gotta bail, guys. Work beckons in the morning, says James. Been nice to be here, and we'll try and sort out the code for your... Yes, I will definitely try to do that this very week before I go back to Portugal, because I also need to get my tickets for Solo, because I am not in Portugal anymore. I got to get used to the fact that seats here sell out fast, and everything here in England is pre-assigned seating. Not everything. There's an Odeon or another that isn't pre-assigned seating, but I need to. Yeah. Kevin Feige, thanks for... Okay, Nicolas Cage says... sorry, I will definitely let you know, James. Thank you so much for reminding me. Nicolas Cage says, Kevin Feige, thanks for ruining my movie for so many people. Forbes, oh, by the way, you're probably not coming to our next premiere. Fuck you. That's so right. That's so right. Hey, Disney, Marvel, I can take Forbes' place if you want. I don't mind at all. I would actually very much appreciate it. I will probably just hug Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth or Chris Pratt or basically any one of the actors, and I will not let go of them, but I would very much appreciate if I was invited to the premiere. So there's that, just letting you know. If anyone from Marvel and Disney is watching, Kevin Feige, if you are watching this, because of course you are, let me know. My 2018 ranking, seeing Isle of Dogs next week. Infinity War, Quiet Place, Annihilation, Black Panther, Ready Player One, Cloverfield Paradox. I've already seen Isle of Dogs. I really loved it. It was my favorite until I saw Infinity War. And my rankings, I pretty much have all the same movies you do. I don't have Cloverfield Paradox because it's pretty low on. It's not even in a ranking. It's not some of the worst I've seen, but it's not some of the best either. Sorry, but to me it would be Infinity War, Isle of Dogs, Annihilation. Oh, sorry, I'm blanking here. Annihilation, Black Panther, Ready Player One, A Quiet Place. That's my top 6, 7, whatever. Joe Magadan says the gauntlet was destroyed at the end, but remember when Feige said way back there would be 2 gauntlets in the films, so Thanos has another one. Will he need a new one? That's a good question. That's a good question. So here's this. The gauntlet is destroyed. The gems, however, are intact. And Thanos has Stormbreaker through his chest, but he goes through the portal. He gets back to wherever that porch is, or whenever that porch is. Notice that. And his chest is intact. So the gauntlet is fucked up, so is his arm, but it still works, right? Because he does the snap before the gauntlet is destroyed, but his chest is still caved in and only recovers afterwards. So what explanation is for that? Or maybe he was cured by Marvel's Mistress Death that we don't know she's in these films. Really, really interesting. I don't know. Kevin Feige did say that there would be in Thor Ragnarok, and it was a fake one, according to Hela. So we've seen the two gauntlets, or maybe there are other ones because Thor went to Nidavellir, and there was yet another gauntlet there, a fake one, I'm sure as well, but still. Nicolas Cage says, "I've always known I like the MCU, but I've never appreciated the universe itself as much after seeing Infinity War. Still don't like it as much as Star Wars, Middle Earth, or The Last Airbender, but it's getting there. I like it more than Middle Earth. I like it. I don't know if I can say more than Star Wars. Those two things define me. Marvel, not just Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel movies, Marvel comics, Marvel animated shows. I grew up on those. I like it as much as Star Wars. Like both of them more than Middle Earth. I love The Last Airbender, the TV show, not the Shyamalan movie. But yeah, glad to finally find someone here in this space that loves The Last Airbender as well. Whoa, wait, we jumped. Okay. Bruno Pia says, DC stole the last Chris. Now we'll never have the four Chris's together in a superhero movie. Well, Ryan Reynolds was Green Lantern before. And that was someone from Marvel who was in a DC movie recently. I'm blanking on it, but I'm sure there was. I remember seeing recently someone from a Marvel movie in a DC movie or vice versa. But I can't remember who. Yeah, they're probably more likely to invite you than Forbes now. They could just fucking die. I hope they do. I'm not counting on it. But again, Kevin Feige, I am sure you are watching this from the comfort of your own home, swimming in the pile of money that Infinity War has made. So yes, please do invite me. I would very much like to go. Those six are the only ones I'd see. Oh, okay. So you'll mostly just watch good movies. So you are having a great year so far. I enjoyed Paradox. It's not great. It's okay. Such a disappointment after 10 Lane. Yeah, 10 Lane is definitely the best one out of the three, for me at least. I really love the original Cloverfield. It's basically the only found footage movie I like. So there's that. But 10 Lane is just amazing. It was in my top 20 somewhere of 2016. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sandro says, my friend, I have to go to bed. I work early in the morning. Thank you so much for being here, sir. I bid you farewell. Great to see you live. Hope everything is going according to your plan in Her Majesty country. It is. So far, it is. See you in Brunei in the flesh soon. You will. Next Saturday, we are arriving in Portugal, and we'll stay there for the following week. So, Joe Magalhães says, Nicolas Cage, 10 Cloverfield Grey was great, man. Loved that the first Cloverfield as well. This one was such a letdown. I hope they make next ones better. Yeah, there's supposedly a new one coming out this year, though I heard that at CinemaCon yesterday or the day before that, JJ said that Overlord is, after all, not a Cloverfield film. So I don't know what's going on, because we knew that Overlord was a Cloverfield movie before knowing anything about Cloverfield Paradox. I don't know what they're doing. Why did I just do that? Say strong thumbs up, bro. Thumbs up. Sanders, thank you so much for being here. Sonora says, I haven't seen Ready Player One yet, but I've heard it's really good. Tom McFarlane actually sat on his Facebook page that freaking Spawn has a cameo for some seconds. Yes, it does. He actually shared a picture, but in case you haven't seen it, it's not that it is a spoiler for the film, but I will let you catch Spawn. But Ready Player One is actually a film you need to see about 5 times to catch all the Easter eggs and all the references and all the characters who have cameos. So there's that. Good luck. But do watch Ready Player One. It's great. It's great. Spielberg. Thoughts on Spielberg directing Black Hawk? Read some of my grandma's old comics and always thought the character was extremely underrated. Well, you read more than me. I have never read Black Hawk, and I don't remember ever reading any references of Black Hawk in the comics. In fact, I don't even remember the supposed reference for Black Hawk that is in Wonder Woman. So you, Nicolas Cage, have read more than me. But by the way, I love that your name is Nicolas Cage. Seriously. As much as I am humbled at your words that you say to me on this live chat, I love that your name is Nicolas Cage. Is that your real name, by the way? Don't tell me your real name if you're not comfortable sharing it on the internet. But it's great that your name is Nicolas Cage. And I love your profile pic. Sorry, I lost. Okay, it's extremely underrated. Again, I don't know anything about Black Hawk. I'm definitely interested in seeing it because it's Spielberg. I'll always be interested in anything directed by Steven Spielberg. Would I be more excited maybe if I knew the character and liked the character? Yeah. If they said Steven Spielberg is directing a DC film and it's Man of Steel 2, that would send me flying to the moon, like literally. That would make me send the moon down to Earth like Thanos does in Infinity War. That would be great. Yeah. Nicolas Cage suggests to Sonoda to watch Ready Player One. It has some flaws, like any film, but it has a really good time. But I had a really good time with it. Same here, man. Such a fun time. Zachary Levi was in Thor Ragnarok, and now he's Shazam in the DCU. That's true. He literally goes to Ragnarok just to die, and then he gains a main event, a starring role in Shazam in the other company's film. So yeah, oh, I know what you're doing here. You're referencing because I was talking about an actor who was in the MCU and then he was in the DCU. So yeah, there's that. Though he's not at the same time because he just died in the MCU. Now he's going to another one. But that's a very good example. Nicolas Cage says, speaking about Cloverfield, as a New Yorker, TJ, wow, 3 different subjects that are related just right there. Your mind works fast, my friend. As a New Yorker, TJ Miller police died. Couldn't get to work. Wow. Because of his thing in the on the train that he warned, that he fake warned about the bomb. You couldn't get to work because of that. Wow, that sucks. Wow. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, that TJ. I don't want to say please die. I mean, as long as the guy doesn't bother anyone else, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Wow. But yeah. Wow, I'm so sorry, man. Damn, TJ Miller. What are you doing, man? You're hurting my audience, TJ Miller. God damn it. Joe Magadan says, how do you think the ending of Infinity War will affect the Netflix TV shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they referenced minimally Infinity War in yesterday's episode. Wait. Today's a Saturday, right? Oh, today's a Sunday. So they did reference it. They did reference very minimally Infinity War in Friday's episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I don't know how it will affect Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., to be honest. Because something that made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. be loved by everyone, I followed it from the beginning, but something that turned it around for everyone else was the connection and the impact of Winter Soldier. So the fact that their reference to Infinity War was just, oh, have you seen the crazy events that are happening in New York? That's the reference they do to, but I don't know. For all we know, they maybe are referencing something completely different. For all we know, they just didn't want to spoil anything for people who might not see Infinity War until like Saturday or Sunday, but follow Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So for all we know, like next week, half of the team in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can fade to ash. I don't know. I don't know. As far as the Netflix shows, I don't expect them to be effective. To be honest, I don't see them being effective because just Infinity War was so secretive. Not even all the actors, a lot of the actors, as you most likely know, they didn't get the real script. They got fake scripts because it was so damn secretive. And they did shoot Avengers 3 and 4 back to back. So I don't expect the Netflix shows to be affected like at all. Even because their references are so vague. They're stronger than Agents of Shield at points when it is a reference in terms of dialogue. But even their Stan Lee cameos, they don't even have Stan Lee for those. They have a picture of Stan Lee or a poster of Stan Lee, and he's always the same character on those. He's never playing a different character from season to season, or or from show to show. He's always the same. He's always the photograph of a policeman who is Stan Lee. So I don't expect the Netflix shows to be affected by Infinity War, unfortunately. Nicolas Cage says, "Not to be, my real name is John." Oh, well, nice to meet you, John. Sorry. No need to be sorry. Why are you apologizing? He completely fucked up the subway system. Everyone in the area was panicking. Cops everywhere. So thinking about Infinity War. Cops everywhere. Yeah, I heard about that. It's not cool. I mean, you are talking about it in your very next comment. New York kind of has a history with terrorism, TJ Miller. So, not even as a New Yorker, but as an American, as a human fucking being, TJ Miller should be careful with what he does, where he does it, who it might affect. Because I'm sure you were not the only one affected by his prank. I'm sure Nicolas Cage or John was not the only one affected. I'm sure TJ Miller affected a whole ton of people's lives. And that just sucks. That sucks. That makes him look bad, makes whoever he works with look bad, even though they don't deserve it, because they're being looked upon by association, and that's not fair to them. So TJ Miller, just be careful. Take care of yourself. Recuperate from whatever is going on in your life. If you're going through a bad time, just recuperate from it. If you straighten up, I'm sure people can welcome you back eventually, if you show that you have straightened up. About your last comment, man, it's just so heavy. I'm really sorry. When 9/11 happened, I was at a friend's place. We were playing around his house. We were running after each other around his house. We came into the living room. Our parents were just hanging out together, and we were seeing it. It was already happening. It's just heavy. I'm so sorry, John. I'm so sorry. Official Filmilan. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I'm terrible with names, as is everyone here on YouTube whenever they apologize for butchering a name. You are the best movie reviewer on YouTube, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Those words mean the world to me. Thank you. I'm lost for... I don't even know what else to say. And I know it's unfair. I should have words to thank you enough. But words would never be enough. But I should have more words for you. And I'm so sorry that I don't. But thank you so much. It humbles me to no end to get compliments like that. Okay. Thank you. Nicolas Cage writes, another sensitive subject. What will they do with Stan Lee's cameos after he dies? He's 95. He's not going to live forever. That will be tough. Stan Lee is one of the people I will mourn. I will actually mourn. People will not make it a national holiday, whatever. I will not do anything on the anniversary of Stan Lee's death. Because that guy basically shaped who I am to be today. In every way, shape, and form. I grew up with his stories and the stories created by his friends and created by his friends in collaboration with him. He's the person I am most sorry out of everyone at any point in time whether they're at this moment dead or alive. He's the one person. Unfortunately, I do have to realize that I will not be able to meet Stan Lee, and I really wanted to. I Meeting Stan Lee would, I can't even compare it to anything. There isn't anything in the universe I can compare to the possibility of meeting Stan Lee. And I don't know how they'll handle the cameos after he passes away. To me, the best way to handle it would just be maybe like the picture in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ever shot in every film where you see, not necessarily him as the policeman, you know, but have a picture of him in every film where you see Stan Lee, just a frame picture of him standing on someone's table, someone's coffee table, someone going to a diner, and the owner of the diner has a picture of his father behind him. That could be it, or maybe just stop with the cameos. The fact that we know that Stan Lee has passed away, I don't think anyone will complain. I don't think. Sorry. Sorry. I don't think anyone will have the right to complain about not having any more Stan Lee cameos, because the man lived a full life. He gave us all he could have gotten. He could have given. He could have gotten. What the fuck did I just say? He could have given us, and we should just thank him for this, for all the movies, for all the stories, and so should we be thankful to his contributors, the ones that are long gone and the ones that are still here, thankfully. Sonora says, now that Avengers Infinity War hit the theaters, it would be a really good time for Activision to release a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 based on the movie events, please. Activision, I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I love the first one more than the second one, but I love the cutscenes in that game are still insane. The problem is, if you would make a Marvel Ultimate Alliance based on the films, because Fox still has the rights, you would just have characters from the MCU, which I'm sure would not be a complaint that we just get characters from the MCU. Well, if it's based on the events of the film, it's only natural. But I think it's worth the wait, because if the Fox and Disney deal goes through, we could be looking at a future, even if we don't get everyone in the same cinematic universe coming out. We could be looking at video games, Marvel, coming out that really hit the nail on the floor and just crush it like the movies do. So let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Let's hope for the best. I have no reason to think this, but let's hope for the best. Okay, Nicolas Cage says, yeah, I haven't had PTSD in over a decade. Still excited for Deadpool 2, but it's going to be hard to watch scenes with him. Wow. I can't even imagine what dealing with that is. But yeah, thankfully, I don't expect him to be very much in Deadpool 2. I expect him to be in Deadpool 2 as much as he was in the first one, I think. So yeah, for your sake, my friend, I also hope he isn't in the movie much, because he doesn't need to be in the movie much. He needs to be in the scene here and there, having a relationship with Wade, making jokes here and there, but it doesn't need to be in the film that much. Oh, Sonora says, what the fuck was that sound? Sonora says, Stan Lee will never die. He has the Infinity Stones, or Odin will just revive him. Or I'll just get the Dragon Balls and I'll revive him myself. I will get those Dragon Balls with you. I will kill half of the universe if it means Stan Lee gets to live. Who's with me? Who's with me? Let's kill half of the universe at random with a snap of our fingers to make sure that Stan Lee lives. Every 10 years, we must kill half of the universe for Stan Lee to live. Nicolas Cage kind of feels the same. Kind of feel the same as you about Carrie's after Carrie's passing. Meaning the original star. Oh yeah, I had a chance to meet Carrie Fisher actually. I went to I went to Star Wars Celebration in 2016 when they came here to London. Saw the announcement about Thrawn being in Rebels and his novel, and saw the cast of Rogue One coming out. Saw the announcement of Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. Yeah, I would have really loved to meet the original Star Wars cast. I had a chance to meet Carrie Fisher, but to get to her was £60, which is honestly it's expensive, but it's a price I can understand because everyone there was 30 to 60 to 80 pounds to get an autograph and a picture with them. But then you had Mark Hamill, who I also want to meet desperately. But his autograph and photo were 165 pounds. So I did not really have a chance to meet Mark Hamill because I would never pay that price. But Carrie Fisher, yeah, I now regret not paying £60 to get to her. Stanley Snowden says Stanley deserves a statue in his honor with another statue of Jack Kirby next to him and a statue of Steve Ditko next to them both. And in the future, we also should have a statue for Jim Starlin, the creator of Thanos, and all basically everything Marvel Cosmic that Jack Kirby didn't create. Those four are just the Mount Rushmore of comic books. And Neil Gaiman, though Neil which is far from being my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe film, but it's also but it beat The Amazing Spider-Man for my favorite Stan Lee cameo. But I also love the one in this film. Sorry, I lost the image again, guys. I hope you can still hear me. According to Hangouts, you can still hear me, so that's good. Just the image that's being lost right now for some reason. Are you going to pick up the Spider-Man game? I don't have a PS4, but I tried it at my friend's house and I love it. Spider-Man game's already out? I thought it came out in September. Yes, I am getting it. I'm not excited from what I've seen, though, but I love Spider-Man. I love his games. My favorite Spider-Man game of all time is Shattered Dimensions, where you play with 2099 Spider-Man, normal Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Noir Spider-Man. That game is spectacular. I want to get that game, though. I didn't like the trailer very much, but I want to get that game. I thought it was coming out in September. Is it already out? Holy shit. I have to check that out, Nicolas Cage. Ricardo Simões says, I thought Hugo Weaving voiced Red Skull in Infinity War. Me too. Which was weird at the same time because I knew Hugo Weaving never wanted to come back as the Red Skull. But they confirmed the actor wasn't him. No, it wasn't. It was a guy named Ross Marquand. Damn, the voice is very similar. It is. What a great job. Yeah, I started as soon as he started speaking when he revealed to be a movie somehow. Infinity War definitely the best fitting place for him to come back. As soon as he showed up and I started hearing the voice, I'm like, oh, is that Hugo Weaving? That sounds like Hugo Weaving. And then I found out it wasn't, which made sense, but damn good impression. Thoughts on Marvel Studios not being a Comic-Con? I thought Captain Marvel Australia was going to debut there. I like that they're using it to celebrate the first 10 years. And that's what they're saying. They don't have a presentation at Hall H. They're celebrating the 10 years. And who knows, in celebrating the 10 years, if that's not when they present the titles for Avengers 4. Who knows? I I don't know if it would be wise to put out a trailer for Captain Marvel. Because I think it's wiser of them to put a trailer for Captain Marvel at the end of the summer. Because I still remember this, and you'll know why I remember this, because you followed me for a while now. You know my favorite films. I remember the first trailer for the first Avengers came out in October, after the summer had died down, after every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2011 had come out. And Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out after 1 week, 2 weeks after Comic-Con. So I think it's wise that they just let everything die down, the excitement of the summer and everything. It's wise for them to let that fade away before presenting the trailer for Captain Marvel. But who knows if oh god, why am I blank? Who knows if they won't present the title, at least for Avengers 4, at Comic-Con. So there's that. Or maybe they will have another presentation like they had for Phase 3, where they announced Captain America Serpent Society and Black Panther, where they presented Chadwick Boseman for the first time and everything. Who knows? Still gonna love the Peter scene, though. The Peter scene. Oh, you're talking about Deadpool. I haven't seen the scene. Wow. I haven't seen the Peter scene, but I have heard all about it. But I am trying to stay away from all the Deadpool marketing material beyond the first trailer, which was all I needed, because I love that trailer. Oh my god, you met Carrie Fisher. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's collect those Infinity. A paper wall between me and Carrie Fisher. I did see her on stage. I saw her, a 1-hour interview. She was being interviewed by who's the guy who plays Wicket? Warwick Davis. She was being interviewed by Warwick Davis. He did most of the interviews in Star Wars Celebration that year. I did not meet Carrie Fisher. My bad. You misunderstood that. I misinterpreted. I miscommunicated that to you. But I literally had a paper wall between me and Carrie Fisher that said her name for the fans to know that she was in that booth, and it said 60 pounds. So yeah. Bopia says 60 pounds is not much. Stephen Amell charges over 100, and though he's great, he's no Carrie. Nobody is Carrie besides Carrie. So there's that. But yeah, 60 pounds is not much. As I said, I regret not paying those 60 pounds. But again, there were many other people I wanted to meet there that were like 60 pounds. I knew John. I found out later John Boyega was walking around Star Wars Celebration just with a plastic, very rubbery stormtrooper mask. Nicolas Cage, my buddy works with video game development. Oh, that's amazing! Wow, please send me a copy. And it's great that you're from New York and you're playing the Spider-Man game already. Wow, man, I envy you. Okay, but it's good to know that you have played it and the Spider-Man game is great apparently. So that's awesome. That leaves me even more hyped. Joe Magadan says, gotta go, man. School tomorrow. Great live. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for being here. This guy, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he writes reviews. He does write them in Portuguese. But whoever is watching right now and is Portuguese, go check out his reviews. They are great. Thank you so much again for being here, João. Nicholas Cage says he didn't own it, but he had the opportunity to try it. That's awesome. That's all you need, man, to get lucky and play a little bit of the Spider-Man. Follows you since the Geostorm review. Watched almost every single video. Thank you so much, man. That Geostorm review was fun to do, because I was excited for this film in the sense that I expected it to be super cheesy, super cliched, very bad, but in the best way possible. A so bad it's good movie. And then it was just boring. It wasn't It wasn't Independence Day Regurgence bad, but it wasn't Gods of Egypt bad either. If you told me, if you asked me to choose between watching Geostorm again or Gods of Egypt again, I would say Gods of Egypt. I love watching that film. That film is terrible, but it's so fucking amazing in a it's so bad it's good way. But thank you so much for following me since then, man. That's awesome. I love getting these comments. You're not the first, but you're maybe the third person who has ever told me since when they have followed me. And that's humbling. That's great. Thank you so much. I've kept you around so far. Let's go for another year. Nicolas Cage. I'll sacrifice my cat to get the soul stone. Well, Nicholas, that won't work because cats don't have souls. Dude, I will kill to have a paper wall between me and Carrie. Yeah. Now I know this will follow me from forever. But now I know that Nicholas, whenever he comes watch a video of mine, I know he will throw the Carrie Fisher thing at me, and I will regret it more and more each day. So Nicholas, you have dirt on me, so use it as you will. Sonoda says, "I'd love to meet Mark Hamill. It'd be like a Justin Bieber friend girl. Like, do the Joker voice, please." That's true. We praise Mark Hamill for being Luke Skywalker, and that's his greatest role, and that's the role that defines generations. But yeah, he is the Joker. He is the Joker. And I also love when he goes on the Flash to play Trickster. Yeah, I had the name right there. I don't know. I'd love to meet. Okay, I followed you after the Urge review. Loved your honesty. Wow. I think I actually remember. Did you comment on that review? Because I recognize your profile pic here. I think I remember seeing your comment, or maybe you commented on my worst movies of 20. But I remember seeing your comments for so long. Official Filmland, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Wow, this is my Urge review. That one hurts because that's another film that is not so bad. It's good. It's just wow. What the hell was that? Jesus. France should have won the European Football Cup, but I never cared for it. Which is funny because my grandfather and my father were professional soccer players, and then I came along and I didn't care for soccer. I didn't care for any sports with balls. So that phrasing is saying something. I never cared for sports with balls. I was always more like a martial arts guy, and I've always loved wrestling as well. I was much more a physical sports guy, a self-defense sports guy, or something like that. Dude, I'll stay with your channel until YouTube dies. Well then, I hope YouTube doesn't die, because I just want people here who love talking about films. And I want to talk about films until I die. So, and okay, I'm taking a master's degree on making films, so I can talk more about films more publicly. And Nicolas Cage, I know now you will be there if I ever get famous or something. Speaking about Mark Hamill, ever watched The Mask of the Phantasm? Second favorite Batman movie, so underrated. Yes, I have watched Mask of the Phantasm so many times. I am waiting for the Blu-ray to get released here in Europe. Last year, in December, I came here to London to watch films that wouldn't get released in Portugal until 2018. And I also came to have a tour of the college I am at right now, the university. And I bought the entire DVD box set of Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, there wasn't a Blu-ray, unfortunately, if I ever catch a Blu-ray, I will buy it as well, and I will have 2 copies, one DVD and one Blu-ray. But I am waiting for Mask of the Phantasm to get released on Blu-ray, because I know there is the DVD, but that I actually want on Blu-ray. Because the animated series, I'm not sure if they will release it on Blu-ray. But Mask of the Phantasm, I'm sure they will. Speaking about Mark Hamill, dude, American football is shit. Real football is the shit. Ronaldo is pretty great, though. Ronaldo is, according to people who understand football, I don't talk about football because I don't understand, so I'm no one to talk about football. But yeah, Ronaldo is apparently the best in the world. He has won. God damn it! He has won trophies all year round. So, Snow says, "I have to go sleep. Ran, great work. Keep up with the great work you do in movie reviews. I'll keep in touch. P.S. Do more of these Q&As. See you later. Bye, guys." Bye, Sonora. Thank you so much. Guys, I will definitely do more Q&As. That's for sure. I will take advantage of big movies coming out and do live Q&As, because in 2016, I don't know if I did anything in 2017, but I remember that I used to, back in 2016, my first year on YouTube, I used to pick a big movie coming out each month, and I did a Q&A. I would do a review. You guys would send me questions on those comments, and yeah, I would gather those questions and shoot a video and edit it and answer Q&A. But lives are very fun. I tried lives like twice before. They all went horribly wrong. So maybe don't expect a live next week, because I'm going back to Portugal, or the Saturday or Sunday after that, because I will still be in Portugal, because it's actually working really well here right now. Better than it did in Portugal, because in Portugal I was also doing it through Wirecast and not through Hangouts. But I will definitely take advantage of these big movies to make live Q&As. So thank you so much, Sonora. Carter Holmes says, "Who are you?" I am me. Pleasure to meet you. Nicholas Cage says, "Mascanada." Maybe I am Mascanada. You don't know. This could be a disguise. This could be just a holocron. Nicholas Cage says, "Nobody." Sorry. Nobody in Queens plays real football. They're all crazy. No balls. I see your no balls reference. Please do a live chat for Solo and DP2. This is awesome. I will. I definitely will. Not on the exact day I do the reviews, and then it depends on when I can see the films, because of course not being press here in the UK makes things complicated, because it's weird. Sometimes films here come out advanced on Thursday, but then others just come out on Friday. Deadpool, for some reason, I will be able to see it on a Tuesday before it comes out, because in the US supposedly it comes out on the 18th, right? Yeah, I think so. But I'm watching it on the 15th of May. Tickets were on sale for that day, so I took my shot. But yeah, I will do one for DP2. I will have a review pretty early. Then on Friday, when it comes out for everyone, or maybe on Saturday, I will have a spoilers review. Then maybe a live chat on Sunday night, as I'm doing right now. Then for Solo, it also comes out here earlier than the US, but I think it's just one day. Here it comes out on the 24th. I think there it's on the 25th. So maybe if I can watch it earlier, maybe it's Cineworld also has a pretty early session screening for it. I will watch it earlier, but I don't know. But Solo, if I only get to watch it Friday, for instance, it will be very one on top of each other, because I will not have time to to go watch Solo twice if I am to do a spoilers-free review on Friday, a spoilers review on Saturday, then do this chat on Sunday, because a guy here has to cook dinner, a guy here has to go to the gym, and to get to London it takes me like 40 minutes. But I will try, and hopefully I can watch like Solo on a Thursday, and that will be enough. I can do the spoiler-free review on that Thursday night when I get home. I can do the spoiler review when I get on Friday, and I can start editing it on Friday, but plan the upload for Saturday. And on Saturday, while the review is already midway through the edits, I can go and watch Solo again, and then do the live chat on Sunday. So that will be pretty cool. Maz Kanata was a reference to the Force Awakens trailer. I understood, man. Don't worry. So cool that you're European. My grandpa is Italian. Love Europe every time I visit it. That's amazing, man. I would love to visit the US. I have never been to the US. Australia, Egypt, and the US, New York or LA, are the stuff of dreams for me. I never saw myself able to go to those places, but I want to one day. And hell, who knows, if I become a director, that's an opportunity to travel the world and go to these different places. So it's two birds, But that's great that your grandpa is Italian. I wish I had an interesting family backstory. Everyone in my family is Portuguese that I know of. Everyone has always been Portuguese. So the most interesting thing about my family or me is that Portugueses are Latinos. In fact, not many people know that, but I am a Latino because I am Portuguese. And yes, I am white, but I am Latino, Over under 50% Forbes is invited to the Solo premiere. I don't know. What? No. I'll say no, because the Solo premiere is in Cannes. So Forbes is not, if anything, they can get someone from Forbes to get a ticket, or they can get someone from Forbes to get press accreditation, but I don't think they can be invited. But in this very specific case, the Solo premiere is in Cannes. It's next week. Hold on. I'm going to check on IMDb at the risk that the image and the sound will slow down. Let me check when exactly is the Solo premiere. By the way, Solo will be 2 hours and 15 minutes. Just saw that on IMDb. Okay, so Solo premieres at the Cannes Film Festival. On the same day, I will watch Deadpool 2 on May 15th. So I don't think Forbes will be invited because it will be at the Cannes Film Festival. I think people are invited. If anything, the members of the press need to get press accreditation, but they're the ones who have to send the email to ask for the accreditation in the first place. I know because I have done these things here. I have not gotten permission yet. Otherwise, I would have seen Infinity War earlier. Because most likely, they had an event here in the UK on April 8th where people saw some 20 minutes of the film earlier. And that place where they had that event is like 3 subway stops from this place, from where I'm living. I go by that place every day, basically. And I was heaving because it was so close. But the thing is, I had no idea of what time that event was taking place. I had no idea if it was like 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. So I didn't even try to go there. But answering to your question that I even forgot, under 50% they get invited. Yeah. Ricardo Simon says, are you going to do a Geek Classic on the original Incredibles before the 2nd of June? I think I don't know your opinion about the movie or you ever talked about. I think we talked about it, but yeah, we'll do a Geek Classic. I was planning on doing a Pixar marathon, a Pixar Geek Classic series to get my Pixar reviews fixed because I only have Finding Dory and Coco. But I think because I have already many geek classics for this year, especially around that time. We have around the same time that The Incredibles are coming out, we have Jurassic World, so I have to do every Jurassic movie until then. Then we have Mission Impossible and so many other movies coming this year. I don't have to do geek classics for X-Men anymore this year, so there's that. So there's an advantage because I'm also going to do Harry Potter geek classics at the end of the year, nearing Fantastic Beasts, because I only have the first Fantastic Beasts on my channel. So the fact that some movies got delayed actually helped me in my geek classics. So for Incredibles 2, I am going to do a geek classic on The Incredibles. And after that, next year for Toy Story 4, since Toy Story was the first ever Pixar film, I am going to do a Toy Story geek classic and every Pixar movie geek classic. Because from Pixar, I only have Finding Dory and Coco on my channel right now. So yes, for The Incredibles 2, I will do an Incredibles one. And then next year, I will do all the other ones for Toy Story 4. My grandpa actually lived in Italy for like a decade. I've never been there, but Lisbon looks absolutely beautiful. Just seeing pictures from my grandpa's old home. Oh, he lived in Portugal. Okay. Yeah, Lisbon is beautiful. I'm from Porto, which is the other main city in Portugal. It's up north, but I love both cities. And Lisbon is a beautiful city. I actually, fun story that it's fun to tell people who are not from Portugal, and I don't think I've ever shared it here. For press screenings in Portugal, I have to go from Porto to Lisbon, and they're like at 10 in the morning. So I have to leave at the 6:40 a.m. train to Lisbon. But Portugal is such a small country that Porto to Lisbon is basically more or less going cross country. So for each press screening that I went there, I went cross country and back. And so I went at 6 a.m. and I got back home at like 5 p.m. So I basically crossed the country every time I went to a press screening. It was like a 2-hour 30 ride on the train. But yeah, pretty fun to tell that story. But that's amazing that your grandpa lived in Portugal. Did he live in Lisbon? And how long ago was that? Because a decade is a long time. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. The joys of working late. That's true. That's true. It's pretty late here as well. Which are your most anticipated movies of the summer? Mine are DP2, Solo, Incredibles 2, Hotel, Artemis, Happy Time Murders, and MI6. Probably forgot some, but it's going to be a hell of a summer. It's going to be a hell of a year. In anticipation, at least, it looks to be a hell of a year. I'm very much looking forward to Deadpool 2, to Solo, The Incredibles 2 as well. Hotel, I still haven't seen that trailer. I saw everyone raving about it. I have the trailer on my watch list trailer. I have the teaser trailer and the trailer. But I still haven't seen it. But I really want to. Happy Time Murders has a really interesting premise, but I still need to see a trailer to be, on the hype train. MI6, definitely. I'm really looking forward to that Margot Robbie movie, Terminal. It's coming out now in May, so we can consider that summer, I guess. Let me check the rest of the calendar. Summer 2018 movies. Okay. 2018 summer movies preview, Movie Insider. Okay, I'm not that much looking forward to Jurassic World. I have not seen the final trailer, but I heard the final trailer is actually pretty good. I'm looking forward to The Equalizer, but honestly, I didn't like the trailer very much. I'm surprised so many people liked it. I thought it was very tone deaf. I'm looking forward to Hereditary. I'm looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Again, it's not a great movie, the first one. It's a good movie, but I am excited for it because it's part of the MCU. Wow, that's it? What? Oh my god. What? Sorry, guys. Um, what? That's it for summer? No, it's not. Okay. I'm looking forward for that film Tag with Jeremy Renner, which explains why Hawkeye wasn't in Avengers Infinity War. He was playing tag. Yeah. Um, Dark Crimes. Oh yeah, that Jim Carrey thriller. I want to see that because I like seeing Jim Carrey doing different things. Cargo is a Netflix movie, so that doesn't count, I guess. Um, Upgrade looks very interesting for sure. I'm not really looking forward to Ocean's 8, to be honest. Uh, Gotti is finally getting released. I'm not looking forward to that either. Boundaries, The Catcher, Sicario. I'm looking forward to Sicario. Not as much. I've only seen the first trailer. I know people don't like the second one, but I've only seen the first one. But Sicario, definitely looking forward to that. Not expect it to be as good as the first one, but still looking forward to it because it's Josh Brolin Summer and Benicio del Toro as well. Oh my God, they worked together in Infinity War. Holy shit, the connections don't stop. I just realized that. Oh, the first Purge. Not looking forward to that either. Skyscraper. I'm looking forward to Skyscraper. Could be The Rock's Die Hard. Not looking forward to Teen Titans Go. Looking forward to Blind Spotting with Daveed Diggs. It premiere on Sundance. Looks really interesting. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to Christopher Robin. That's for sure. There's a movie with Ronda Rousey coming out. I'm looking forward to The Meg. The Meg can go either really great summer fun or it can be really horrible. But Jason Statham is always a guy I'll go watch the film for. So yeah. Alpha. Alpha is a film that was supposed to come out in March. So if it hadn't been delayed, we would have already seen it. Alpha, it's with Cody Smith-McPhee, who plays the Nightcrawler now in the new X-Men movies. That film looks really interesting. It's not a trailer that I watch and I'm like, this is going to be the best movie ever. But I really like the trailer and I like prehistoric movies. I wish we would have more before Christ set movies, and it's about a boy and literally his wolf. The trailer looks damn interesting, but it can go, oh, this is great, this is a great character journey and a great story of friendship and whatnot, or it can be a really boring film. But watch the trailer if you haven't. I think you'll like it. Happy Time Murders is sorry. Happy Time Murders is here. Replicas is a film that they showed something at some con last year, and I literally didn't hear anything else about it before or since then. But it's got Keanu Reeves, so I'm looking forward to it in that sense. Okay. Here's Toy Story 4 will be the love story of Woody and Bo Peep. Man, I'm looking forward to see that comes true finally. I'm looking forward to it as well. I am afraid because John Lasseter is not around anymore for all the right reasons. If what he's accused of is true, and if he doesn't stick around, because his 6-month hiatus is coming to an end, so we'll see what happens with him. But no matter what he did, the man is a great director. He directed Pixar's best films, except Cars, and Cars 2, and Cars 3. For to be perfect, just like 1, 2, and 3. Nicolas Cage, I think he said in his early 20s, couldn't really hear him. Oh, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because old Lisbon is more beautiful than Lisbon is now. It's still beautiful, but the older streets in Lisbon, they are very weary, and they need to fix those streets and the pavement and the walls and whatnot. In your grandfather's teens, early 20s, they would be not brand new, but like look good, you know. They would have been beautiful around that time. Not looking forward to Fallen Kingdom either. Not like Jurassic World 1. I thought the trailers were terrible. I really enjoyed Jurassic World 1, but I have not enjoyed the trailers for this film. And even less than the trailers, the posters. The posters are horrible. I mean, they have this great moment in the which is a great moment, but they should have kept it for the film, which is the Carnotaur going to attack, and then he's smashed by the T-Rex, and you see the T-Rex sword. That should have been a movie moment. I understand the definition of money shot, but they should have left that for the film. Wow, what a wasted opportunity. But then the poster comes out with that moment again, and then this other poster comes out where we see the spiral ball going, and we have Chris Pratt holding Bryce Dallas Howard, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with these posters? I'm not using any of this shit in my thumbnail. So I hope they release yet another poster, and I hope that it's a good one. Tag looks fun as well. Yes, Tag looks really, really fun. Cargo and Upgrade look very interesting. Absolutely, they do. I honestly, I'll say this. As a trailer, the trailer for Upgrade is a better trailer. I'm more excited and interested in seeing how Cargo goes. Because these two films are very unpredictable in a sense. They can go at these narratives in very unexpected ways. And Upgrade as the better trailer, the more interesting, let's say, trailer. But Cargo is the film that has me more intrigued. Nicolas Cage says, oh, Sicario, hell yeah, first one of my second favorite of the 2015. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors. Same here. Sicario was my top 10 of 2015 was actually my first video on YouTube. Fun fact there. Sicario was my 6th of 20. Christopher Robin looks adorable. Love Winnie. Same here, man. Looks adorable. And it's Ewan McGregor and Haley Atwell. Haley Atwell is so underrated. My God. I want to see that movie so bad, if not just for only like the Meg trailer because they had the Finding Nemo music. Oh yeah, the music was in Finding Nemo. It's your favorite movie of all time. That's awesome. That's awesome. Can't wait to review Finding Nemo for you next year, man. Toy Story trilogy is up there, dude. It sure is. Toy Story 1, amazing. Toy Story 2, amazing. Toy Story 3. That film, I agree with you. I am excited for 4, but I agree with you. 3 had a perfect ending. I never asked for Toy Story 4. But if it's coming, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to watch it and judge it fairly. But, yeah. Callow1 says, hello. Hello. Nicholas Cage says, I'll admit it, I'm a huge Pixar fanboy. Who isn't? Whoever is the Pixar fanboy, it doesn't have a heart, was never a child, was never happy as a child, and yeah, doesn't know what happiness or a smile is. Agreed, Haley is great, even though I really don't like Agent Card Show. I really liked the first season. The second season was really weak. I didn't care for the second season. I really liked the first one. Very strong, empowering show with a great story, to be honest, and a great villain. But then second season, I don't know what they were doing. I think they knew the show was going to die, so they didn't care much about it. Which is funny because usually when you know a show is going to die, you have, the open gates to do whatever the fuck you want. Because it's going to be canceled. So they're not going to say no. So I don't know why they just gave up instead of going balls to the wall, insane in one either in whatever shape, in whatever way, shape, or form. I don't know why they didn't went crazy. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, Haley is great. Haley is great. I actually watched her recently in a British miniseries that's like 4 episodes, and it's based on a novel. It's about British society in the early 1900s, I believe. Not in the early 1900s. It would be like in the 50s, 40s, at the earliest 40s maybe. I'm going to be totally wrong. For all I know, it's going to be in the 1800s. Not sure. I'm going to check that out really fast. I'm going to check that out really, really fast. Haley Atwell, because I'm blanking on the name of the show as well, because so I need to search for her first. I don't know how this woman is 36. I swear to God. Howard's End. Howard's End. Turn of the century. So if it's turn of the century, it would be in 1900. Yeah, it would be in 1900. Wally Wallop. Wally Up. Not a huge fan of the Marvel shows except Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones. Those are the best. Those are the best. I am one of the few people in the world who enjoyed Iron Fist, and Iron Fist in the comics is my favorite character out of all the Netflix show ones. Okay, now I do prefer Punisher to Iron Fist, but out of the other ones, Iron Fist is my favorite one. His show is the weakest. I enjoyed it myself, but his show is definitely the weakest. I was disappointed with the show for sure. Still enjoyed it, but definitely disappointed. And the first half of Luke Cage, yeah. I also still enjoyed the second half of Luke Cage, but they really shit the bed. They really shit the bed with Cottonmouth. They should not have killed him, especially because his what was the woman what was Black Mariah, was she his sister or his cousin? I don't remember. But Black Mariah is bad. It's a bad villain. It's a bad character. She's horribly written. I was shocked. I was shocked at seeing at how horrible that character is horrible. That character has no redeeming qualities. Not in the sense that, oh, I hate this villain. They're doing a really good job with this villain. No, she's just bad character. In every sense of the word, bad character, badly written character, with a bad arc, with a bad story around her. Really bad. I was shocked at the second half of Luke Cage. Haley was great in Black Mirror. I love her episode in Black Mirror. Her episode in Black Mirror with Domhnall Gleeson is underrated and surprisingly good in the Iron Man 3 short. Watched every MCU short and movie leading up to. I didn't rewatch the shorts, to be honest. Yeah. You're right. I should have watched, because I remember her being in the short, because Iron Man 3 came before her show premiered, because her show premiered in 2013 in like September, in the fall, where most shows premiered. It was after Iron Man. I remember seeing the short that she is in, but I honestly cannot remember what the short is even about. So I'm pretty shocked in myself. But yeah, she's rated Black Mirror. And fun fact, Black Mirror is shooting its 5th season at my university. So there's that. I have seen some actors that are going to be in Black Mirror. I don't have the chance to talk to anybody, to take pictures with anybody, unfortunately, because they always warn us at uni that the actors don't want to be bothered, and you just don't want to take the risk, because if you do bother them, I'm sure if I ask at one point, an actor would say, yeah, come on over, take a picture. But you just don't want to risk it, because you know that if they complain about it, you are the one who's going to get the teachers on top of you. Yeah. Sorry for my spelling. No need, man. You see me choking on my own words every time, so don't apologize for mistakes in spelling. But yeah, the Black Mirror is going to have a 5th season, and they're shooting the 5th season now at my university. I could tell you some of the actors who are going to be on there. Yeah, after they killed Cottonmouth, it was pretty shit, so many missed for sure. I like Diamondback, but he's not as nearly a good a villain for Cottonmouth. I like Diamondback because Diamondback, to me, as a villain and the type of villain and the type of character he was, you know, this chaotic guy who just wants to unleash chaos on a city and rule with an iron fist through tyranny and through fear. He symbolizes, and the fact that we're so many heads of gangs fighting for control over Harlem, that to me symbolized how heavy the repercussions are after a figure like Cottonmouth so high in the hierarchy, how crucial it is for him to live, and what happens when a figure like that suddenly vanishes and dies, and there is no control, no hierarchy, no respect amongst the gang leaders. So that's why I liked Diamondback, but doesn't touch the quality of Cottonmouth for sure. Love and Hate Black Mirror is a fantastic show, except for the B. Oh my God! Finally, someone else who hated the B episode. Thank you. I also hated that episode, but it just makes me so depressed and ruins my day every time. That's true. Sometimes you can laugh at a Black Mirror episode. Not laugh in the sense that it was funny. Laugh in the sense that, oh, I'm so thankful that I do not live in the world that this episode was set upon. You know. But like the Metalhead episode, really fun episode to watch, but it's not a world we live in, you know? And we are not near that, thankfully. But yeah, mostly Black Mirror depresses me. In fact, my favorite episode of Black Mirror is one of the most depressing ones. It's the White Christmas one with John Hamm and Rafe Spall. That episode is wow. Wow. Yes, the B episode is terrible. It is terrible. It is absolutely horrible. And the main actress, the short-haired actress, is the voice of Merida from Pixar's Brave. Yeah. Yeah, the White Christmas. Oh, sorry, I forgot one comment. I like the concepts and ideas, but bees, not the bees. You are one, sir, to not like the bee episodes. I just realized that now, and I don't know how I missed that until now. Yeah, the White Christmas ruined me. I think it ruined everybody. Yeah, that episode is heavy. It's a heavy episode. Yeah. But okay. It's like 5 minutes to midnight, so we have been here for over 2 hours. So this was amazing, man, and you lasted like from beginning to end. And when we started, you were almost like you were about to leave. Thankfully, you don't have to go to school or go to work. Oh, sorry. Oh, you leave that message. I saw it was Anakin Cage. So I'm guessing you were giving a quote for Anakin and for Nicolas Cage. But to you, Nicolas Cage, John, to everyone who was here until this point and has already left, I want to thank everyone for all the questions, for all the interactions, for all the support, all the kind words I got today, and for coming over. And I can't wait to do this again. Hopefully, the stream itself goes as well next time as it did today. You guys are the best. Happy Infinity, everyone. Everyone. And I did notice that in the first or the second live stream I did, people complained about me not doing my goodbye. So I will do it right now. And so until the next live Q&A or the next review or whatever video I make, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, if you catch this not live, because it will be on my channel, subscribe and click the bell to get notified whenever I upload a video so we can be geeky united!